Hey, are you free tonight? Meet me at our favorite place.
Yeah, okay, sounds great. Yep, I'll see you there.
Okay, bye.
So my best friend, Caroline, has just called me, telling me that we're going to meet up at our favorite place. Unfortunately, I have no idea where that is. So the first place I thought I would look was the Snow Biz Shack, which is a place where you can buy snow cones in Kimberly. It's like in a parking lot of a Shopko, and we used to go there all the time, and so I thought I would check there. So she wasn't at the Snow Biz Shack, so I hopped back on the highway to see what else I could find. So the next place I checked was the Avenue Mall, which is this big mall right downtown. And when we were kids, it was like really hopping and there were tons of stores, and on the third floor there was this really great food court. But now there are like 2 stores in the entire building. But in the winter, it's this big, giant open space where there are no security guards and basically no other people, so you can do whatever you want. So in the winter, we used to go there all the time. So Caroline wasn't at the Avenue Mall either, so I kept going and decided to look for another place downtown. So since I was downtown anyway, I decided to go to Vulcan Park, which is this little city park down by the river. And so I drove down there and parked. When we were when high school, we used to hang out there all the time. We would just sort of sit by the river and watch the stuff float by and like chill late at night. And one time we were sitting there and we're watching and this dead body floats by. So like really, it's pretty much the most exciting place you could hang out in Appleton. Unfortunately, Caroline wasn't at Vulcan either, so I got back in my car and sat for like 10 minutes trying to think of anywhere else she could possibly be. So the next place I decided to look was the snow hill that we used to go to all the time in high school. And high school was like in the middle of this big forest, and there's this big giant hill, right? And you sled down it into a pond, which in the winter was like usually frozen, but you couldn't always count on it, and so pretty much you were always taking an enormous risk every time you decided to sled down that hill. Since at least the base part of the hill is still here, I figured I would check it out. So I wasn't totally shocked that Caroline wasn't at the old snow hill, but since I was up there already, I decided to drive a few blocks to Plowman Park. Plowman Park is this big giant county park just to the north of the city, like outside the city limits a little bit. And what's really great about it is that when you turn into it from the main road, there's this like really long, really windy road that goes through the entire park. So you can drive down it really, really fast late at night, and it's really awesome. And then if you turn off of the windy road, there's this really awesome playground. And they have one of those like spinny carousel things where you sit on it, right? And there's like the metal bars and you sit on it and somebody like pushes you around really, really, really fast, and sometimes you fly off. So they have one of those. So I thought I would check there next. So it was getting pretty late, but before I decided to give up and call Caroline and admit that I had no idea what our favorite place was, I figured I would check one last spot. So years and years ago, they decided that they really needed a way to get from the Radisson Hotel to like some office building without having to go outside and cross College Avenue. So they built this like sky bridge thing between the 2 buildings that you can cross through, and it's really awesome because it's pretty high up, right? And it's all made out of glass. And so when you're standing up there, you can see like the lights in every single direction. You can see all up and down College Avenue, and it makes downtown look like, you know, it's like a real city. And it's also sort of like fun and secretive because a lot of the times the door is closed off, especially late at night. And so you have to sort of sneak up into the Radisson without having any of the people who sit at the front desk see you, because obviously you don't look like you're staying there. So you have to sort of sneak up past them and past the security guards and go in through their door to get up there. So I thought I would try that next. I was really relieved to find Caroline at the Sky Bridge because I really didn't want to have to admit that I spent my entire afternoon driving all around the city trying to remember what our favorite place could possibly have been. On the flip side, it was sort of nice to get to go back to all of these old places and remember all of the really fun times we had there when we were younger, and to see how they've sort of like changed over the years, or in some cases been knocked down altogether. but it was nice and fun. And I was actually kind of glad that I didn't find Caroline the first place I went because it wouldn't have been such an awesome adventure.